hello, friends.
Hi.
Or actually, hello, friends. Welcome to the Cinemondo Show. Trailer reaction episode.
Probably don't know who we are because we have these masks on.
Yeah.
The one
we
in the
are
center.
Batman.
The one in the center is Christian Bale. I'm more like Adam West.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm Val Kilmer or George Clooney.
Clooney.
I think I'm George Clooney.
And you know what the sad part is?
What?
There is no Batwoman.
There is.
You're Von
There's
Craig.
Batgirl, but that's not the same as
there's-
being Batman.
there's-
She's a
there's-
sidekick.
There's totally Batwoman, Kathy.
No, there is not.
Yeah, there is. Should we take off the mask?
All
and
right, let's take off so everybody
reveal
knows
our
who we are.
secret identities.
Okay, they're coming off. Here we go.
Here they go.
Okay.
It's
Ta-da!
us. It's just us.
It's just us.
It's
I know
just
it's
us
a
after all.
surprise.
Your three Cinemondo buddies.
That was a twist that nobody saw coming.
Plot twist.
Take the mask off, and it's like it's the Cinemondo guys.
I didn't know Batman was actually Cap 57 guy.
Yeah,
Who knew?
57. Yeah.
You're like a triple, double.
So
Oh my gosh.
we did
So
all
here we
that
are.
ridiculous stuff because we're going to be doing the Ant-Man trailer today. No. The Batman.
The latest
I want to see
Batman
it
trailer.
close up. I'm putting on my glasses.
Me
now
too.
no one's gonna know who I am. I'm like Clark Kent. Now
this is
I'm
the-
in
this was just
disguise
re-
again.
We did a review earlier, and we're doing because a new trailer,
Yeah.
new stuff,
Yeah.
new trailer reaction.
Very excited.
Yeah.
So,
And
Matt
it's
Reeves.
it's a new Batman.
It's a new
Yes.
Batman.
It's Robert
Robert
Pattinson
Pattinson.
is going to
Yeah.
carry the torch for a bit.
Very exciting. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Let's check it out.
Bruce Wayne,
Sorry.
I wouldn't be bothering you here, but your people keep telling me you're unavailable. You know, you really could be doing more for this city. Your family has a history of philanthropy, but as far as I can tell, you're not doing anything.
The Riddler is asking for you.
The killer left this for the Batman. Why is he writing to you?
You came. I've been trying to reach you.
Riddler's latest. It's all about the Waynes. If we don't stand up, no one will.
You got a lot of cats.
I have a thing about strays. The bat and the cat. It's got a nice ring.
You a new friend of yours?
I'm not so sure. I'm just here to unmask the truth about this cesspool we call a city. You're part of this too. Stay still! How am I part of this? Oh, you're really not as smart as I thought you were. Bruce Wayne. All these years, you lied to me, Alfred. We all have our scars, Bruce.
You're still away.
He's involved in this? No, he's not involved.
How do you know? He's a vigilante!
Who are you under there? What are you hiding?
Selena, don't throw your life away.
Don't worry, honey. I got 9 of them.
It can be cruel, poetic, or blind. But when it's denied, it's through violence you may find.
Justice. The answer's justice.
Come on, vengeance. Let's get into some trouble.
Damn.
That looks so badass.
So
Yeah.
much. New.
I think I'm going to like it. I'm
I
reading
think
some
it looks like it's decent.
there's some chatter on the onlines, where the people are saying, my childhood is about to get ruined because my Batman is being reinterpreted.
Mm-hmm.
And I get so tired of hearing that. It's like, it's a different Batman. Batman was different in the comic books. The first Batman is different from the second and the
I think
third
it's
and
okay to interpret Batman over and over and over again. And I think this is a really cool for the ages Batman.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a new Batman movie, you want to make the same old thing.
Yeah,
I mean, you can see those
people want to
movies.
see
You
the
can
same
see
thing over. And
You can see the Tim Burton. You can see the old, the old TV series with Adam West. There's a lot of different options.
Yeah. They're still there.
It's a different one. I mean,
the old serials from the early days.
Yeah,
it's all different kinds of Batman.
The Christopher Nolan stuff is great, and this is just a different. Matt Reeves is a really interesting director.
Yeah,
and I just think it looks really cool. And I think I love the Riddler is played by Paul Dano, who I think is a really interesting actor. And he looks really cool in this. Like it's not the Frank Gorshin Riddler. Let's face it.
It looks really creepy,
or the
and
Jim
I love
Carrey
Catwoman.
Yeah,
she's amazing. She looks. I like it because she doesn't just look like she's there in service of Batman. She looks like she's got her own character, her own role to play, and she's just as badass as he is. And I like that they're both out there. They're like, we're going to team up, and it looks like it will be a formidable team. And I also like there's a tiny bit of humor, which you haven't seen a lot in these Batman trailers. I love that you have a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah,
it looks like the the Catwoman and the Batman. It's just going to be this sort of uncomfortable alliance. It doesn't look like it's going to be their buddy. There's something
which it's always been. It's a classic relationship. They've always been. There's always been some tension between them and some chemistry and some. We're very much alike, you and me, kind of stuff. And that's always been the thing with Batman is his character has always been this kind of just on the line, like he could just as easily be the Penguin or something, or some other kind of weird, twisted bad guy. But he happens to be a vigilante on the good side for now. That's the thing. He makes you kind of question the whole idea of a vigilante anyway. It's like, it's not a great idea. What if Batman wasn't a good person and he thought he was a good person and he's out there fighting the wrong war,
And also because of that, there's that ambiguity, which makes anyone teaming up with him. How do you trust them?
Yeah.
How do you, who's trusting who? And I love that complex nature of it. Like we can do this together, but you can tell in a way they're sort of still looking at each other side of their eye. Like, because you never know.
He's not a superhero. I mean, he started in Detective Comics, so he has that much closer to the ground sort of, street vibe. And this has a street vibe to it. Looks darker, grittier, dingier, but just as cool. So it looks really.
There's a lot of familiar footage. We've seen a lot of this. There's been a lot of trailers, but there is also some new stuff. So I feel like it's sort of filling out the movie as we go. Like you're seeing a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
I want to talk a bit about the new Batmobile because there's a lot of online chatter about it, and I've always been a big fan of props. I was a prop person for 3,000 years here in Hollywood, and so I've worked on Batman movies. I've been on set, for like a few of them. I won't mention which ones because they're the worst ones, but. But it was fun, and it was like, there's a mythology around the Batmobile. It's always the thing, like, what's the Batmobile going to look like this time? And I really love all of them. I think all of them have their own charm. I love the 60s Batmobile, of course, and I love all the way up to the Christopher Nolan Batmobile. But this one actually has an interesting kind of patched together vibe to it almost. Like it looks like he made it out of a real car, and it's got some extra power, like a jet engine or some sort of a fire-breathing monster in the back that can, it's like power boost his car if he needs it.
Almost like a Frankenstein muscle car to me.
Yeah, totally.
Like, like totally a Challenger or some sort of Mopar car that was sort of Frankensteined up.
But it looks like a reality kind of car, rather than a car that can fly off a rooftop and crash through a window and and spin around and turn into a motorcycle.
I like the kind of grounded nature of it. It's that way through the whole trailer. It seems like you have a more grounded car. His lair looks like where he would concoct these crazy inventions he's going to use and kind of cobble together. But even the Riddler looks like kind of like just sort of from the serial killer. Movies and things we've been seeing lately. He looks like he's one of those guys, like just taunting the law enforcement, taunting Batman, and just being super creepy and taping up people's heads and leaving scrawled messages. It's super eerie, but also very true crime. I love that.
It's the Riddler is not. He's not cute. He's not. His riddles aren't cute.
He's not funny.
Right.
He's not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His riddles are dangerous riddles.
Yes.
And just one thing about going back to the Batmobile, like if you do the Warner Brothers studio tour here in Hollywood, at the end, they had this where you could see every single Batmobile from
that's cool.
George Barris's 60s all the way up through the Tim Burton stuff to the Joel Schumacher stuff, which was a different thing, to obviously Christopher Nolan's, and now hopefully this one, which looks really cool.
That's very cool.
The Joel Schumacher ones are like a float at the fair,
they're all sort of neoned up. Yeah, they're kind of like very over the top,
But
but what's your favorite one?
You know what? My favorite one, I have to say, the Christopher Nolan Tumbler. I think that is just a badass vehicle, and I loved when he wrecked it and he switched on phase 2 and it became the Bat Pod, which I think is also a really incredible. I have to tell you, I actually saw Christopher Nolan's model, the model that Christopher Nolan made to show the special effects people what he wanted the Batmobile to look like. Some people I know worked on it, and they showed me the model, and it was like, it's pretty cool. But it's based on sort of like stealth design and
nanobots or something.
Yeah, it looked like something that could really, like a military type vehicle that might be. Can you guys hear Darwin bark?
Yeah. Well,
Dogman.
My little Batmobile story, I'll make it quick, is when Adam West passed away, I went down to City Hall and they had the old, the mayor there, and they had the bat signal projected on City Hall. And Jeff Dunham, who's a comic, owns one of the original Batmobiles, and he pulled up right in front of me because I was in the front row.
Wow.
And the car looks it still looks unbelievable. Looks like
it's great design,
right out of the show. So I said, I love this thing. It's just beautiful. Oh my God. Anyway.
Nice.
But the movie looks great too, so we can't wait for that coming March.
Batman
4th.
just keeps getting darker, progressively darker. Now we're hitting pure dark. Now it is pure black right now. It's like he is going for it. I love it.
Like a serial killer vibe.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks like. And Robert Pattinson, I don't think we mentioned what an interesting actor he turned out to be after we didn't really expect too much from him when we saw him in all those Twilight movies as the cute vampire. This cute sparkly vampire, but it's like when he got past that, it was like, wow, the guy is good. He's making good stuff.
That movie Good Times, which I don't know if you guys ever saw.
Yes,
it was just great. And it's like, he actually arrived as an actor. And
we did an episode about that, I think.
Did a podcast about Good Time. Mark forget.
And the Lighthouse.
We've done a lot.
I love the Good Times
and
the Lighthouse.
Covered Lighthouse, which is another. Robert Pattinson's definitely someone we're following because he's making lots of cool creative choices, and I love that he wasn't trying to be so indie that he's like he couldn't do something huge like Batman, because when you start doing Batman, sometimes it can take over your life. But I think because he's playing it so smart that it's going to be fine for him, and I'm very excited to see him do this. This is going to be great.
Yes.
Yeah, well, George Clooney went on and did other things, and Michael Keaton. There's other Batmans who were able to sort of.
Yeah, but they haunt them in a way. Like,
it does.
You see the picture of George Clooney as Batman, and it's a joke now. So sorry, it is.
Well, I mean, probably for Adam West's entire life, there were people that every time they saw him, they were like, "Oh, it's Batman! Hey, Batman!" And he was like, "Yeah, thank you, Batman." Yep.
All right, Batman.
The Batman
coming
looks
soon.
Great. Don't
looks
forget
good.
To comment and subscribe. We can't wait. Thanks for watching.
Looking forward to it.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.